Hi everyone, this is Today in History. Today is Sunday, April the 7th, the 98th day of 2024. There are 268 days left in the year. On this day in 1449, Felix V, the last anti-pope, abdicated. On this day in 1915, Billie Holiday, one of the greatest American jazz singers from the 1930s to the 1950s, was born. On this day in 1922, U.S. Secretary of the Interior, Albert Bacon Fall, secretly leased federal oil reserves to the Mammoth Oil Company in return for cash gifts in the Teapot Dome scandal. On this day in 1927, the first public demonstration of a one-way videophone occurred between Herbert Hoover, then Secretary of the Commerce in Washington, D.C., and officials at the American Telephone and Telegraph Company, AT&T, in New York City. On this day in 1933, some 8 months before Prohibition was repealed, low-alcoholic beer became legal in the United States. The day, subsequently, was celebrated as National Beer Day. On this day in 1939, Italian dictator Benito Mussolini made Albania a protectorate of his country, installing Italy's Victor Emmanuel III as king, while Albanian King Zog I went into exile. On this day in 1939, American director Francis Ford Coppola, whose films include the classics The Godfather, released in 1972, The Godfather Part II, released in 1974, and Apocalypse Now, released in 1979, was born. On this day in 1947, American industrialist Henry Ford, who revolutionized factory production and his assembly line methods and was the founder of the Ford Motor Company, died at the age of 83. On this day in 1948, the World Health Organization, a specialized agency of the UN, was formally established. Let me repeat that. A specialized agency of the UN. On this day in 1963, American professional golfer Jack Nicklaus, a dominating figure in the world of golf from the 1960s to the 1980s and the winner of 73 PGA Tour events in his career, won the Masters tournament at age 23. On this day in 1970, the legendary actor John Wayne wins his first and only Acting Academy Award for his star turn in the director Henry Hathaway's Western True Grit. Wayne appeared in some 150 movies over the course of his long and storied career. On this day in 1994, Rwandan Prime Minister Agathe Uwilingiyimana, a moderate Hutu, was assassinated by Hutu soldiers, a day after the deaths of Juvenal Habyarimana, President of Rwanda, and Cyprien Ntaryamira, President of Burundi, as Rwanda entered a period of anarchy and mass killings. On this day in 2001, NASA launched the Mars Odyssey spacecraft, which reached Mars in October and transmitted photos and other data back to scientists on Earth. On this day in 2012, American television journalist Mike Wallace, who was noted for his aggressive, bruising style during interviews on the long-running TV news magazine program 60 Minutes, died at the age of 93. All right, everybody, that's it for today. Today is Sunday, April the 7th, the 98th day of 2024. There are 268 days left in the year.